Hello again, I am Jim Bob and welcome back to another episode of City Skylines Snowfall. So this is what our city is kind of looking like now. We've let it run a little while in the background to build up that expansion that we started. I've also gone in and added a few more streets, as you can see, expanded our road network a little bit, and I'll run you through some of the additions and changes that I put in on top of that as well. So I've created a junction down here, as you can see, just a nice basic straightforward sort of on and off ramp system here, all feeding to a point here which will then feed into our city and our main road network just there. Over here I've made a couple of slight tweaks. I've upgraded to a triple lane here, and I've removed the bottom connection in this commercial zone, replaced it with a footpath, and then fed side roads going up and connecting that way. That was simply because there was too much traffic queuing. I mean, the road came in where this footbridge was, so there was too much traffic building up at that junction and pausing and waiting to change, and it was a four-way intersection, so it got a bit messy. So I've moved that sort of to there by removing that first connection. It allows the traffic to flow a lot faster, a lot more freely through here. We don't get build-ups here, which also then led to build-ups at this point here. So that's made that much nicer. And then I've just put this footbridge in here to allow people to move from one part of the shopping area to the next. Nice and simple. The other change I've added is this here as well. As you can see, we've got a load of vehicles pouring out at the moment. I've added in a rail hub for cargo and for freight to feed all of our businesses and commercial zones up here with the goods they need to sell. And the way I've done that, you can see another train piling in just there. We do get a few that will then sort of pop in and export some of their goods. There is a little bit of industry left over here, not much, and so that does occasionally kind of feed in over here. This is mainly an import hub, but you can see that the line runs through here over our initial freeway, and then runs parallel to this one that we put in a while back, and then rejoins that rail just there. So we have a nice little bit of a stacking space here for a couple of trains if it gets particularly busy at this hub, which it doesn't tend to do so much anymore since we started stripping out that industrial area. But we still have traffic coming in on this one, but we do now have an awful lot of rail traffic sort of making its way over to this hub here. This connection has obviously been completed over to this roundabout here. You can see that we have a lot of space kind of lined up for the next set of zoning work to go on, and I've run it alongside the waterfront there. Tried to leave some big spaces so that we can start putting in some of those landmarks and big buildings that are going to require a lot of zoning space that just won't fit in these created sections over here. And obviously you can see I've created a nice little area here for another big residential hub to try and drive some traffic over here. We're going to add in another off-ramp just here, which will feed into this section like that. And then this road, this was a single lane road, as you know. This has been upgraded now to a double lane just because I think it looks a little bit better. So this feeds over here now, and then as before continues to feed over into that section of our old district just there. But as I say, it just looks a little bit better and allows for a little bit more traffic with these double lanes. And obviously I've added this on-off ramp to the freeway just here as well to again allow ease of access for our commuters and our residents to get to and from different parts of our city to this part, and also to feed into this part without having to go through the nightmare that is the busyness that we had over here. It has helped alleviate some of the traffic pressure that we had over here as well, so it's all worked out quite nicely in that respect. Down here we've got our snow dumps, we've got our bits and bobs over here. I think you saw this being put in last time. This hasn't really changed. The only other thing I've done is I've added a few more little side streets over here to kind of create another district over here. This will probably be a bit of office stuff maybe thrown in with a little bit of commercial and maybe a bit of residential expansion in there as well. I haven't quite decided how we're going to do that yet. So there we go. We've got a nice good framework built. Oh, and then one last thing, obviously with this ramp here, what I've done is I've brought another sort of side street down here, which leads to another transport depot to help keep our roads nice and tip-top. And then another couple of snow dumps, because this is going to be a large area for our snow dumps to have to carry and travel. You know, there's only 2 over there, so this adds another 2 to help keep the bottom half of this new city up and running smoothly. Another 3 incineration plants, and then I've also created a link here into the business district that we have down here as well, just to again create another transport link, another alternative route. And that's mainly for these vehicles rather than anything else. It's for our snow dumps, it's for our garbage vehicles, and it's also for our road vehicles as well, our maintenance vehicles. That's pretty much all that's going to come down here. I just thought we have this space on the side of the freeway next to our little sort of zone limit, so I thought we may as well put something in there, and that fits in quite nicely. So let's go ahead and let's build another on-off ramp just over here. So I'm going to do a very small one like I did with this one here. So not a big major one like we've got down there, and certainly not a massive intersection like this. It's just going to be a nice small intersection that will feed into this area here. So I want to make it nice and simple. So I want to have a little bit of a turn point. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go straight, and I'm just going to create a reference point here, like so. And I'm just going to create a sort of a grid for us to be able to snap things to. Running along like that. There we go. In fact, actually, let's make it nice and equidistantly spaced. So that there is going to be the height of the ramp, and that there is going to be the end of the ramp. That's kind of the plan. So, but obviously it needs to be elevated, so that's why I haven't gone quite so close. So we're going to start here. We're going to raise up one, as you can see, and this is going to be our little cross ramp going across to there, like so. I think that's not quite spaced far enough, actually. Let's do that again. I mean, we could go there, but it's just going to make it very awkward here. We need really a little bit more. We can't build on such a short piece of road, so we need to step in an extra one like that. Now we can build up. So if we go up like that, we can now do the same on the other side. Again, that's not quite far enough. There we go. And then we can build up. Let's put our cross piece in there. I'm going to build down. In fact, actually, I'm not going to do that. What I'm going to do instead is I'm going to have curved ramps rather than straight ramps. So I'm going to go to freeform and curve that piece in like that. And then we'll do the same here. Go to freeform, curve the piece in. Now we can get rid of that join piece, and then we'll do the same on this side as well. So let's just take those out. Need to keep that center piece in for now, because that's our reference point there. So curve, and it'll automatically connect at the lower level, and same again here. And there we go. We've got a nice small little off ramp just here, which we can now bring over this way and connect to our road network here. So we don't need that piece just there. What we will do though is we will continue this road along here. So let's bring this along around the river. And we want to bring this sort of about to here, I suppose. And then from here we can actually branch off into a small set of buildings in that space there. Right, now that we've got that in place, let's create our connections along here. tried to go pretty much with just straight grid lines along here, just because it makes things nice and simple. But yeah, there's always scope to just put in a few curved roads here and there. Just helps add a little bit more character to the place. It also helps to create some nice large spaced areas where we can potentially drop in things like a park or something like that as well. And I think we'll leave that space like that. We'll put a big park in or something just there. Let's bring some roads down here. What I've been doing as well is I've been leaving that one gap space in these side roads. Because one thing I also want to do is add in a metro system to deal with all the commuters in this area. And now what I want to do here, oops, need to go to reform, is I want to connect this into that junction if I can. Is it going to let me? If I come off at that angle, it will do. Okay, so let's take that out. That's too much, so I need to come, yeah, needs to come at a slightly different angle. There we go. I'm just trying to get a nice little curve in this road. There we go. So we've got a nice interesting junction just there. Right, we need to bring this free ramp down. And I don't necessarily want to connect directly like that. Well, I suppose we could build, you know, directly down like that, and then let's downgrade this like this. There we go. Yeah, that works. What else can we connect? There we go. So we've got a nice little connection over there, and then let's also bring this road sort of along here into this space as well. And then we can put, you know, just something down here, even if it's just like an emergency services area. You know, we can do something in this space. Like that. There we go. Just something to fill that little corner with, I suppose. So we've got a nice little road network built now. Let's start zoning some stuff in. We're about just under 5,000 people short of getting the international airport, and you can see our demands are starting to go back up for more residential. One other thing I did as well was I dropped in some educational buildings as well last time, sort of between episodes. So you can see here we've got a high school just here. I have got an elementary school. Oh, that is the elementary there. The high school's just there. And then I've got a university just there as well, as you can see. So we've got some good educational startings in this section. We're going to need to add more of that in. Let's start, though, by creating another residential block. And I want to add people into this area here, because I want, you know, traffic to use this part of the freeway here. So let's go ahead and go to fill. Like that. We are going to have to actually put in the water network as well, I've just realised. Let's do our piping. There we go. Bring that down to there, so we get good coverage there. Oops. Same with this point just there, and then I need to bring this one down just a little bit to get this little piece on the corner here as well. Same here as well. We're going to need to bring this one down just a touch to cover this little piece just here. And same there. Just bring it down to there. There we go. So let's try and find the right spot to build our next up piece. That looks to be it. I'm going to build this up a little bit more than we need to, so I can connect there and then take that piece out. And what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to build a new flat connection just to cover this last piece along here. If we get it right, we should be able to tag everything. Yeah, there we go. Excellent. Let's check our spacing over here. All this seems to be okay. I'm not going to be building anything else in that bit just yet, so I don't need to worry about extending the pipes over there. And then everywhere else does seem to have good coverage, so we need to get power into that area as well. Let's get some power lines. Seeing where to grab these from, I suppose here. Really kind of hit and miss, but there we go. Just got the spacing right. There we go. So now we've got power going into that zone. Let's continue actually dropping in more zoning. I think I'm going to put offices on that bit there so we don't have too many people up right against that freeway. Throw in a few corner pieces around here. We're going to start putting in some recreational areas soon as well, so we can really start boosting the area, and then we can start putting in some of those landmarks as well. Let's drop in more residential around here. There we go. And I like the idea of having some pretty exclusive waterfront properties as well, so we're going to go with a medium toggle like that, so I can just brush all the way along here nice and easily, and we'll brush up to this junction here like that. There we go. I just think, you know, having a waterside property like that could be really good value, but I do want to have some commercial and maybe some office along the waterfront somewhere as well, so it's not all going to be pure residential. In fact, let's just drop in a small block of commercial just here, like so. Yeah, I like that. Let's put in another block of commercial there. Let's put in an office park just there. Actually, let's make that one commercial as well. There we go. So we've got a nice block of zoning going in just there. That piece needs to be residential. There we go. And you can see we're starting to get some nice good pings. We've got a good road network for our people, which is why they're quite happy. We've got a good transport link here by having this off-ramp just here. Good access to the freeway. Let's start putting in some emergency services as well. Like I say, I think it'd be a good idea to utilise this area a little bit. So let's put in our emergency services. Put police just there, and we'll put fire on the one next to it. There we go. Let's get a hospital in there. Actually, it would have probably made more sense to put a hospital in that block. Let's try doing that. Let's try moving our police to there. And now let's see if we can get our hospital in. Ah, beautiful. Look at that. Fits in beautifully. And that's going to trigger a whole wave of happy upgrades. You can see the arrows there, and you can hear the buildings ping, and you can see upgrades going on to some of those existing buildings as well as new ones being built. There's an upgrade going on there as well. That's great to see. I always enjoy seeing that. And now let's start dropping in some education over here as well. So let's see. Let's put a... Where can we put these? Let's start with the high school. High school's a little bit bigger. It's going to take up more space. And I want to put it right next to a freeway. But what we could do is we could put it in here. Yeah, let's drop it in there. And then let's put the... it won't quite fit just there. That's a shame. Alright, let's see if we can put it in this side instead. Yeah, there we go. There's our elementary school. So again, another wave of happy upgrades. You can see all those buildings pinging and upgrading. Look at them all. That's so nice to see. And we should hopefully start to see more traffic coming out on these roads as well now. So if we just take a look at our sort of roundabout over here. You can see as well, the other thing I did was I just thought it looked a little bit strange having a walled roundabout and then walled freeway and then just these breaks everywhere just for these little tiny slip roads. So I figured, let's make this a flat roundabout, you know, no sidewalls on it. And I tell you what, everything seems to be flowing quite nicely with our little slip roads. I do occasionally, and I have noticed this, seen some traffic will come in and then turn and straight back out again. I don't quite know why they're doing that, but let's just watch here for a second, see if it happens. I did wonder if maybe I need to perhaps switch these roads around, so instead of having the point of the triangle on the roundabout, have the point of the triangle on the junction, on the freeway instead. So I'll pull up a cursor so I can show you what I mean. So instead of having it, you know, this triangle pointing in here, instead have it the other way, so it would sort of go in and then come out like that. I did wonder about maybe changing that, but this seems to be working. So we'll leave it like this for now. But you can see we're getting nice, good traffic flow. And more importantly, we're actually starting to get use on this part of the freeway as well now, which is good. And then, I need to change the direction on these roads. Didn't think about that, and I need to change them as well actually to slip roads. Let's do that first, because these are all just single lane roads, aren't they? So let's make that a slip road. There we go. And now let's change directions. That's going the right way. That's going the wrong way. There we go. Check over here. That's going the right way. There's the arrow there. That's going the wrong way. Excellent. There we go. I'm going to leave this as just a single carriageway road feeding in here for now, but we may possibly try and upgrade it. Of course, if I do that, I'm going to have to relocate the police headquarters because there isn't going to be enough room to turn that into a double, a dual carriageway. But so far, everything seems to be working quite nicely. So, and this area is still upgrading. Look, you're still seeing these buildings getting little arrow upgrades, and then a new construction going on. This is going to really develop very, very quickly, which is really good. Right, let's take a look at some of our landmarks, see what we can start dropping in. Some of these big buildings. I want to save the luxury hotel for the airport, but we've got some other bits and bobs that we can put in. So let's put in a posh mall. See what I mean about the spacing on these? Even though we left that extra gap, it's still too much. Still won't fit. So that's why I wanted some of these larger spaces sort of over here, where we should be able to drop things in, like there, for example. So let's drop in a super mall just there. Got this nice big transport tower here. Let's see if we can find a good spot for that. I think that's a good spot just there. What else have we got that we can drop in? That's the Grand Mall. We'll maybe see if we can pop that somewhere down here, so that the two malls aren't right next to each other. Not quite enough room. Of course, we could take some of these side streets out. There's no need for them all to be there. But how about we pop it just here, actually? It fits on that side piece there. Yeah, let's drop the Grand Mall there. I like that. What else have we got? We've got a courthouse. Now, courthouse needs to be sort of downtown somewhere. I think we are going to have to take some of these side streets out. Let's take this one out. Drop our courthouse in. Colossal order offices. Maybe. I want to create a business park. So where is the business park going to be? Kind of like the idea of having business over here. Take that road out a little bit. Let's put that along there. And then I can bring this road back up a bit. To there, like that. Let's actually zone in. Some offices around that. Same around our courthouse. Actually, no, let's not do that yet. Let's put some more buildings in first of all. What do we have here? The Grand Library. See, again, we're having that spacing issue. Nothing wants to fit. Right, we'll drop in just there. Let's put the Grand Library in there. What else do we have? The Expo Centre. Science Centre. Servicing Services. Museum of Modern Art. Theatre of Wonders. The Cathedral of Plentitude. We never actually had this in our last city, so let's see if we can drop this in somewhere. Where can we place our Cathedral of Plentitude? I'm wondering if there's any areas over here, perhaps. It has a huge sort of area of influence. I kind of like the idea of maybe dropping it in somewhere over here. Just trying to get an idea of its size. Yeah, let's take those roads out. Let's drop it in just along here. Ah, it still won't fit. Look, I have to take that piece of road out as well. Okay, we can do that. There we go, there's our Cathedral of Plentitude. And again, you can hear all the pings of all those buildings getting a big, big boost and upgrade. And look at the wave of transformation that we've just triggered there. Oh, it's insane. I love watching a whole city just vroom, shoot up like that whenever you make one of these changes. That's getting us a huge boost to our population. Look at the whole lot. The whole block is going. That's insane. That's absolutely mental, just seeing all of them going like that all at once. Getting a big old boost there. So our population now up to 58,000. And of course we have broken our power lines over here. That's easily fixable. We can actually get rid of this piece completely now. Let's get rid of that piece as well. And just draw in a new block. Like that. There we go. This area seems to have calmed down now. It's got one or two more buildings still going. I changed this junction as well. I had to put a slight kink in the road there and then curve it back around just because it was too close to be able to join up at the bottom of the hill. Everything seems to be running quite nicely over here. Again, we're getting good people using our freeway there, and they're using it to whiz all the way around into the city here. So our ring road is definitely working. It is keeping people off some of these side roads. Getting good traffic movement around here as well. Right, what else can we do? What other buildings can we drop in? We need a stadium. We need to have a team of some kind. Where can we put that? Well, actually, I quite like that to be somewhere perhaps near the airport. So we might hang on to that one for now. And that appears to be it. Did we build a ski resort? No, we didn't, did we? Well, we need to build the ski resort. Again, we could possibly put it over by the airport, but I think that would be a bit off, really. How about seeing if we can maybe create an area over here and put our ski resort in somewhere over here. I quite like the idea of that. So we'll hang on to that one for a little bit as well. Let's carry on zoning some more bits and bobs in. Let's get some high density commercial in around here. And some more residential. Actually, I'll make that block residential there. Probably make that offices. There we go. Nice fresh block of people. Let's drop in our education. There we go. Let's drop in our emergencies. Put police there. And fire just there. There's another whole wave of upgrades being triggered there. You can see how small these buildings are at the moment. But, you know, soon enough they'll start getting to this sort of height here. Our Grand Mall does look good, quite just there, doesn't it? I do quite like that. And our population's still going up, which is good. We need it to keep going up. We're so close now. 60,000 is what we need to get monuments and to get the international airport. So we're so close now. And all these upgrades are pinging in loads and loads of new people. So I don't think we actually need to build any more housing zones just yet. We can let these buildings continue to finish their upgrades. We've still got these buildings which will be upgrading as they gain enough experience. Obviously we've got good police, emergency and educational services over here. We've got decent road connections. We've got a little bit of happiness being directed over from some of those landmarks. And then obviously we've got this area here that's still sort of undergoing development, and we have space for any additional housing to go in as and when people want to move into this area. See, that little bit of desire is creeping back up again. We still have unzoned bits and bobs over here, so people will start dropping into those. There's a brand new building just being built here, look. So all we kind of have to do now is just wait for just a couple of minutes, and our population should hopefully, you know, hit that 60,000 mark. You can see, look, we're only, what, 600 people short. So it's fluctuating the whole time. Now we're only 500 short. Tell you what we can do while we're waiting for that is we can put in, again, I don't know why. I was going to say we need to put in some graveyards, and then immediately I clicked on the garbage. I just don't know why I keep doing that. Maybe it says something about me psychologically. I don't know. Let's put in cemetery somewhere. I'd kind of like it to be off a side road rather than a main road. There we go. Let's get a crematorium or two opposite. It's going to trigger a whole wave of upgrades over there. You can see we start to get a bit of people dying off. We could do with one over here as well somewhere. We could, at the very least, we can squeeze in a crematorium or two over here. Stick a crematorium in just there. Let's put a sauna in somewhere over here. We haven't done a sauna yet on this part of the city. Let's drop it just there. Let's trigger another wave of happiness. Hopefully some more upgrades to our population. What about over here? Stick a sauna in next to the school. Try and get some death care in. We've got space over here. Can't quite fit it in just there. I don't know if I want to put it just there. Yeah, we're not too far from that one there, so maybe that'll be enough. Oh, look at this, so close. I want to get that international airport. I want to start developing this little corner here. And I need the airport to do that. So close. I still see all these buildings here upgrading, look. We've got to be just about there. Oh, come on, so close. There we go. Fantastic. So, now we should have the international airport. Let's see. Can I actually fit this in? Is there enough space? The answer is no. God damn it. Well, even if I didn't have the freeway, there isn't enough space in this corner, which is a shame. You see, even if I were to do this, I still don't have the space. So we'll just have to put a regular airport in over here. That's a shame. I was really looking forward to having an international airport. Alright, okay, so regular airport it is then. Let's bring a straight line down as a building point. It's got to be somewhere we can perhaps look at fitting one in. I mean, this airport was so busy. I'm guessing it still really is. I want to see just how busy this airport actually is. 150 people a week. It's pretty busy. Yeah, let's add one over here as well. It's a long way as well, so we should get some, you know, internal flights hopefully as well. Right, I need to figure out my spacing first of all. Whereabouts is this going to go? I can't rotate this one. It's placed based on the road it's connected to, so it's it's going to need to kind of go... I want it to go alongside the airport. Sorry, alongside the freeway. So let's start building some side roads. I don't think that's going to be enough. I think that's going to have to go like that there. Let's try there. Transports. You see it fits, but it's not quite far enough down. So let's take that out and try again. Drop down just a little bit. You see, now that fits. That's perfect. So let's extend that road all the way across. We'll place the roundabout, then we'll delete a large section of that road so that we can then place the airport exactly where we want it and then build around it. So, I mean, I can get it as far as there. And I could get it all the way in to there if I wanted to. But I need to make sure I have space for the ramp, you see. So I think that's going to be it. So let's take these bits of road off. There we go. So now I need to build my on-ramp and off-ramp, and I've realised actually I can't build on that stretch just there because I don't have the space to build the ramp either side. So the ramp's going to have to go here. And what I can do is I can also maybe look at building a bridge coming across directly to the airport. I think that would work as well. Let's see, which junction do we want to go from? I think this one, because it's the roundabout. Although there isn't really much space to then build anything at the other end of the road, is there? How about this one then? This is quite a big junction. Yeah, let's do that. There we go. And then we can upgrade that to a larger sized road, and we can put in a roundabout or something along here. Actually, I think... Is that ground reasonably flat? Yes, it is. Okay. So yeah, let's build our on and off ramp just over here. So we're going to do the same as we did last time. So let's pick a spot just there. Okay. And we want to go... in like that. Up to there. Across to there. Yes, there we go. And then down, connect. I don't know if it's just the lighting or not, but they don't seem to be quite connected the same. Oh, no, they are. So, again, let's turn those into slip roads. And check the directions. That one's fine. That one's not. There we go. Can't see the arrow on that one. Oh, that's the wrong way. There we go, that's better. So we have our on-off ramps, and this one I may possibly upgrade that to a double road. I'm not entirely sure yet. But now we have the ramp. Let's bring the road down just here. And we'll feed into a roundabout. So do the usual little roundabout creation trick. I mean, you can build the roundabouts any way you want. I just personally find this is a nice, easy method to build roundabouts. Because it means you can have this nice, solid grid network in the middle, which means you can build your roads wherever you want them to be, and it won't distort the shape of the roundabout. And then once you've placed your connecting roads, then you can take these out and actually have proper roundabout. I need to upgrade this to one direction. One-way roads. Check they're all going the right way. Yes, they are. Excellent. So we've got our feed-in point. I'm going to keep it one way just here as we feed in towards our airport. That's wonky. Let's try it the other way around first of all. There we go. Now I need to change those directions because I built them the wrong way. Like so. Get our one-way piece coming in. And then bring it back out again. In fact, actually, what I'll do is I'll make this dual carriageway like that. There we go. So we have our roundabout entry, and then we have our dual carriageway running up, and then our one-way system going up to the airport itself, which needs a water connection. Just looking at the best place to build that from. I'm guessing that's going to be the easiest way. I do kind of want to put stuff in the middle as well, so let's put the piping here. Is that going to be enough coverage? I wonder. Is that going to actually cover enough of the building? Do I need to cover the runway as well? It's not lighting up. There's no power, that's why. Let's get some power across the river. This will just be a temporary connection. We'll look at building a much more suitable connection at some point in the future. Yes, there we go. It's the right colour. So that's properly lit up. We've got a problem over here. Not enough customers. There's not enough people living in this area for that particular small building there. Okay, so Don't really want to put... Let's take this, make this residential. So all those commercial buildings will change. Kind of want to put some offices next to the university. I don't tend to put houses next to them because there tends to be a lot of noise from university, which makes for some very unhappy people. There we go, we've got a nice little block of residential there, that we can start getting some extra people into this area. I'm also going to take out that. There we go, just have the one crematorium just there. Are we starting to get people using this airport yet? Not yet, but hopefully we will do soon enough. And then down here we can put in some hotels and maybe a casino of some kind, some emergency services. We can do some other bits and bobs over here as well. We've got plenty of options on what we can do over here. So I can take these cross pieces out like so. There we go. And there we go. Quite a difference in what our city looks like now compared to what it did earlier. And there we go. We've got a first plane landing at our new airport. Fantastic. Oh, and another one as well already. That didn't take long. That's awesome. I wonder if we can actually track, see if that's going to go over to our other airport. No, he's climbing. Look, he's... yeah, he's off. That's an international flight. There's a plane going down to our other airport, but I don't think that's connected. But there we go, yeah, we've made quite a big improvement to our city. That's where we are right now, compared to where we were when we first started. So I'll continue to let this run for a little while, and then we'll finish off expanding over here, and we'll start dropping in some other new little bits and bobs as well. Plus we also need to deal with that metro system for this area as well. So that's it. Thanks for watching. I am Jim Bob, and I'll see you again with some more City Skylines Snowfall very soon.